Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Sling, hoping I got another video for y'all. And this video is basically about a brother explaining how we don't care what you've been through, right, before we got to the picture. You need to come in your healing journey, right, in your healing process, right? You need to come with at least that stuff in check by the time you get here, because oftentimes women don't care what you've been through as a man, right? So I'm gonna play the video clip because he was kind of like breaking that down, like, why should I care when at the end of the day, like, our sisters, our counterparts don't really care what we've been through. They just want the finished results. So is it fair for us to kind of like be working with the sisters in a way that they're not willing to work with us? But let me play the video clip and I'm gonna come back with my commentary.
And to be quite honest with you, I don't care why you masculine.
It don't even matter.
I don't care what happened to you as I'm a 40-year-old man.
You got a daughter?
No, I don't.
Because
But that's not the
fair,
point.
you're
But my
feminine.
point is this. My point is this.
Right.
You all wouldn't care if a man came to you feminine and said, my dad wasn't in my life. My mom didn't teach me this. You say, bro, you 38 years old. I don't want to deal with a feminine man that hasn't addressed his issues. So for me, dealing with a woman that way, I'm going to tell you the same thing. I understand you had issues or whatever growing up and you had to be a certain way, but I'm not going to put up with it as far as trying to be in a relationship with you because you don't know how to be a feminine woman.
So what's a feminine woman? What's your definition?
A woman that basks in her femininity. She knows how to be submissive to a man. She knows how to speak life into a man. She knows how to nurture. She knows how to take care of a home and take care of kids. She knows how to be accountable. She knows how to be reasonable. She knows how to be understanding when she's dealing with a man and knows which battles to choose when she's dealing with him.
And I get what he was saying, because a lot of times, some sisters, don't get me wrong, some sisters are just traumatized that they helped the wrong guy and he took advantage of them, and, you know, used them and abused them or whatever, so they're traumatized, so they say things like, I'm never gonna help nobody or whatever the case might be. But I can't disagree with them. Oftentimes, sisters want a made man. They want you to be already built, made. They don't want to struggle with you. They just want to benefit from your struggle. You get what I'm saying? Because it takes the struggle to make the man. And a lot of times the sisters want to be at that finish line, waiting for the finished product, right? They don't want to walk through swamp water with you. They don't want to, you know, battle it out, you know what I'm saying, with you. And that's cool. A lot of these sisters are traumatized. I get it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be a support to a man. You don't got to walk with him through those moments. And I think the man doesn't have to do that, right? It's funny because a lot of times women get into this, like, you know, are they equally or higher, right? The hypergamy, right? But if you really think about it, if a woman dates a man that is higher than her, technically that means a man is dating lower. And men usually often do that, right? I think let's call that hypogamy, I believe. I'm not so sure. But we've been, you know, the society has been wired like that. You pick some girl from from the bottom and you raise her up, okay, or whatever. But the point is, he has a point. Like, a lot of times women don't even care how you make the money. They just want the lifestyle. That's not all women, but some women don't even care how you make the money. As long as you got the money. They don't even care what your job entails, how many hours you got to put into it, how tedious it is. They might not even ask you how hard your day was at work or how was work, honey. Nah, they just care about the benefits that come with you making whatever money that you make. And some chicks wouldn't even mind if they had a scammer or a drug dealer, as long as the money coming in, no jail is involved, right? And they keep benefiting from that, right? So, yeah, I agree. Like, we don't care why you masculine. We're not trying to hear that. And I know I made a video because I was just explaining in the video why women have become man. And I understand. I get it. But I also understand the brother saying, like, we don't care. Like, when you get to a man don't want to sit there and pacify all the wounds, all the dudes that don't hurt you, the childhood trauma. Like, a dude don't want to play therapist. Some dudes do, just like some women do it. But a dude don't want to do that because it's like, when we look at it from the other hand, it's like he said, you're expecting a man. You don't care that I was raised by my mama and my father wasn't around. You don't care that I struggled in my masculinity. You don't care that I'm probably still struggling. Like, you don't care. You want a man in his divine masculinity, built, made up already, after going through whatever he went through. So is it really fair for guys to be like, oh, I'll take a battered woman and try to help her heal and try to restore her back to life after she done been abused, misused, mistreated? And I'm not saying that's her fault. I'm just saying, is it really fair to the men to do that when they're not really getting the same thing in return? I don't really blame him. And I think that, yeah, that's part of our responsibility as men. We need to be able to vet better. We need to be able to be, before we even engage in a serious matter with these women, we need to figure out, like, what was your childhood like? Like, was her parents abusive? Did they show her love? Did they really pour into her? Did they care for her? And what was her relationships like before she got here? Those are very, very important things. But here's another clip.
Sometimes women are so in their masculine that they don't know how to receive a masculine man. When a man steps to her in a masculine fashion like you just described, oh, you're controlling, when the reality is that's a moment for her to step into her femininity and receive that and let you drive. Many women, let's put it that way, don't know how to let a real man drive. This is how you're constantly stuck with clowns and crowns. The kings are slipping through your fingers. It's because kings, like yourself, are only going to settle with queens, and queens are the equivalent of the king, but she's the female, feminine version.
Yes, man.
See, that feminine, masculine thing is like a delicate.
And this brother in this video, he basically broke down, like, why you don't really want to deal with these women to begin with, right? These masculine women. And I don't mean to throw no shots. I just think that the sisters who understand, like, you know what? I wasn't raised with love. I do got some issues. I am a little masculine. I don't know how to be feminine. They need to seek the help to restore themselves, right? Before they even engage with situations. And brothers, stop engaging with these women. Like the brother just said in this video, some of these women are not ready to receive a masculine man, which is why I tell the brothers, work on your masculinity, because some of us are lacking in our masculinity and we're still trying to figure it out. So when you are there, when you've worked and you're constant, you're always going to keep working on it, right? You need to be able to pick a woman who is ready to receive that. A lot of goes back to the masculine women. And I made a video as to why they're masculine. A lot of these women were not raised to be wives. That's just the reality of the situation. Their mamas wasn't wives. Some of these women were raised by side hoes. Some of the brothers too, right? Some of these women were raised by ain't shit parents in dysfunctional households. They never seen nobody give their mama flowers. They never seen their mama cater to a man. They never seen their mama married. They don't even know what it's like. How is that woman supposed to teach her daughters what it's like to be a wife? You get what I'm saying? How is she supposed to teach her daughter that? So a lot of these women, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. But they do have to acknowledge that it's something wrong from being raised in a single parent household. And I'm not trying to shit on the mamas. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying children from single parent households tend to grow up with some type of deficiencies in their character. So, like I mentioned in the other video, so the woman that had to fight for herself, she had to fend for herself from childhood. She had to become aggressive. She had to become masculine in order to thrive and survive. A lot of times when that woman encounters a man who is a man in his divine masculinity, she don't even know how to deal with that. She been wearing the pants for so long. She ain't trying to hear nothing. She think you trying to control her. Like the brother said, she want to be free. She don't want to hear nothing. They want the perks of you protecting, providing, and doing all of those things for them, as a man should. But you're not getting no traditional woman in return. You're not getting no feminine woman in return that knows when to yield, know when to be quiet, that know what to do with it. You're not getting that. So brothers, this goes back to the other video clip and the other videos I done made. Why would you want to put yourself through that? Why would you want to deal with that? So I urge you, brothers, solutions right here. solutions, because I'm a solution-based individual. When you deal with these women, ask them about their childhood. A lot of our issues stem from our childhood. How much love did our parents pour into us? If they pour too much love into us, it spoils us, right? It spoils us. If they gave us too little and they were standoffish and didn't really show us emotion, then we are craving that. We're needy. You get what I'm saying? If there was abuse, like, you got to ask these questions. Were they abused? Did their parents neglect them? Right? Did their parents spoil them? Give them too much, way too much? Did they coddle them? You gotta know these things. And you also should know about previous relationships she had. How many dudes dogged her? How many dudes violated her, broke her trust, misused her? You need to know these things because you need to know what you're getting into. And generally speaking, most of the women that I took seriously, they came from two-parent households. And I'm not saying that I discriminate against women that come from single-parent households, because you can come from a two-parent household and it could be toxic as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I had to learn that the hard way. You could come from a two-parent household and it could still be detrimental to that child, right? A lot of times we be thinking that younger women come with less problems, but that's not the case, fellas. That is not the case. That is not the case. Some of these younger women are going through shit, right? It's all about your experience. You got older women who grew up with love, you know, who parents pour into them, who they grew up in a wholesome environment. They might have went through things here and there, but for the most part, their parents loved them. They poured into them. They didn't verbally abuse them. They didn't do certain things to them. And you might have younger women who just went through the ringer. So don't think that age it's all about upbringing and how somebody was raised. So let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comment section. Make sure y'all like, you comment, and you subscribe. And y'all go get my book, man. The link is in the bio. Stay safe. Peace.